both of them definitely going to look like they are out for still the top seed. Obviously, Fnatic, Onic, PH, they're undefeated, but Smart Omega, they were also the undefeated team coming into week 2. Let's see if anything, if that's going to change here as we go into the draft. So right now, Fnatic Onic looking like the blue side picks. What blue side picks are you looking for here, Naisu? I feel like the blue side picks right now.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't want to show that Lolita Hanabi yet, maybe in the last 2 picks. But right now, in this one, are you going to look to ban out the Mamba? Are you going to look for any killer plays if you're Fnatic?
I think so. You know, part of this, I know we were talking about the gold lane and everything else, but really the highlight here is going to be the challenge between the roamers. Anytime you're facing against Chaknu, that's going to be the thing. So it's up to Brusco to go ahead and step up. And I think he has. Like, so far, really, Brusco has done a rather good job. He's an integral part of why Fnatic has found themselves in this position of being undefeated. I'm just wondering, like I said, if they can maintain that, because sometimes we've seen teams build up on these, you know, the synergy that they have. This even happened with FCAP, for example. You know, like everybody knows they have insane synergy with each other, but sometimes teams start to find these little weak points in the lineups or that synergy. And part of that is, has Smart Omega done that? Are they capable of doing that against a team like Fnatic Onic? And I think this is the team. They are the team before that was known as the Lassen, the Poison. You know, the team that just will surprise you in a lot of these cases and turn things around here. So that could be the big part of possibly ending the streak, I would say, of Fnatic Onic. And I'm going to have to go ahead and look behind me. I'm wondering if, okay, we do have a glimpse. Because I know, you know, we don't have the graphic up there, but
we're hearing him.
We're hearing it, so I'm just going to shout it out to our viewers out there, let you guys know. You can imagine with me. Well, now they're gone behind me, too.
All right, they're gone behind you. I hear the Edith, though. I wonder if that's going to go through.
Okay.
There's the Roger. That's a powerful first pick there for either Kellera or King Kong, who has actually favored quite a bit of assassins. So I'm actually a bit convinced that that might actually be a Kellera pick.
Let me ask you this, Brockhart, while these picks come through, because there's the Tigreal.
Big Tigreal.
How do you feel about the Phoveus now? Like, are you happy that he's in this meta that we're seeing?
Actually, the Phoveus, I think, complements so many of the compositions that have so much vitality. I don't know if you think
durability
about it.
Or like
durability,
like the tankiness.
If you have a really tanky front line like Halos, and you have a Phoveus on the side, man, it's a fun time. It feels like, and add the Faramis to that.
Yep.
Right, and maybe assassins like the Ling who can kind of scale up late game, and maybe just maybe add that Roger in there as well.
Yeah, I'm glad, like, you know, Phoveus has kind of fit into that role for being to that point, but Edith is that too. You know, Edith is crazy valuable right now, and you can actually really work around this too. The fact that you have that durability lineup to work with. So already covering their bases, they're going to pick up Moskov. I'm personally hoping that we get to a point where it's not always Moskov, Harith, and Roger popping up. Like, I'm always, you know, I get the meta. I know the strong picks.
Agree.
But I would love to see some flavor pop up in the gold lane again.
I think that's one of the reasons why people were so hyped about the Hanabi yesterday.
Exactly.
Right? I feel like people are, oh, finally a different gold laner that's not a Harith or you know, a Roger or Moskov, man. So, yeah, everyone's so hyped about that. I don't know if the other gold laners can catch up. Obviously, the mobility is some issue, which is, again, not a problem for Roger, not a problem for Moskov. Pro players love that mobility. And that's something we're going to have to look at later on. Obviously, the Arlot could get banned out. And I think we might see another XP ban here for Omega, just because I feel like they know this Ruby can still kind of just go gold lane.
Yeah, working around it too. XP is still the option. I mean, even with that, knowing that you already have a Tigreal to work against, you have a Ruby, you have plenty of CC, you have a lot of that vitality or durability that we talked about. And so, you know, working around this, it's like, what do we complement this with? Mid lane especially, I mean, we've seen a lot of Faramis lately. We've seen, of course, the Vexanas pop up. Jushin has been mostly banned out, but even so, I think with this lineup, at least for Fnatic Onic, they could even, like, we've seen them specifically play the Lilia, they ban it out.
Yeah, mid lane mages are probably going to make another disappearance here later on. As obviously, if you are watching against, if you're playing against Omega, gotta look out. You gotta look out for. Oh, there! Look at those people.
Look who's in the crowd.
Look who it is. We're being raised by champions here today in the MPL arena. You got Smart Omega Empress, our recent
Congratulations.
World champs. Let's go. All right.
Hopefully we get a chance to talk with them a little bit. Even
Yeah,
here on
that
the
would be
English
great.
panel. That would be great because, yeah, we already got to see what they did, of course, on their trip to Riyadh. Or what is that? I was going to say last year. It's like last month.
Just last month, man. They just came back fresh.
So many tournaments happening, of course. So many competitions. And, of course, great to see them out here.
There you go.
Supporting Smart Omega, of course. And it's a full house here, too. It's packed.
It's actually surprising because usually the first games, people take some time. They're kind of late to this time. They get in a little bit later.
Yeah.
Like in the middle of the game sometimes. You see people streaming in. But now everyone's so early. I'm super surprised. At the same time, I'm very happy.
Who's
happy? Again, you know who's happy. I know who's happy.
I'm looking at you too
That
because he's
Bane
on
pick.
desk right now and he is probably smiling.
It's popping off.
At that Bane pick. So Bane locked in. Great choice here, too, to already kind of get them a good damage profile, even for that jungler, and to work around the fact that, lastly, it's like, what do they want to throw? What do they need here? They need that mid lane pick still, and then, of course, they need their own jungler, unless the Roger is going to be flexed.
That's a thing. I'm
not sure.
I mean, Ruby can even be flexed on jungle. I've seen it happen, but, obviously, there's so much flexibility on the last two picks here for Fnatic on. I wonder if that's like, if they really meant for it to happen. But right now, for the mid, oh, look at that guy. I haven't seen
CC
in a while. Yeah.
CC's there. You got Aurora now. Good choices because I'm actually surprised because Fnatic was the ones that banned out the heroes I was thinking they would go for, the Vexana and the Lilia.
Yeah.
They go the Aurora instead. And that could also just kind of help them in slowing down, obviously, no pun intended, by freezing the lineup here of Smart Omega and trying to, again, we're talking about the timers for both these teams. And for Fnatic Onic, they know that traditionally they want to be able to end games faster, at this point, especially against a team like Smart Omega. But with this last pick, what is this going to be for Smart Omega, knowing that they're down to, is it going to be the mid lane option?
There it is.
Miss. Okay.
Yeah.
This is crazy, man. Like, you were talking about vitality, durability, whatever we want to call it. Smart Omega has it.
Yeah, they got it for sure, especially with the Faramis. You're right. Actually, was surprised they banned out the Hylos. Hylos would have gone great with this Faramis. Midnight was going on and on about it in the talent room earlier. Like, this guy's insane with the Elegant Gem. But now we have a full lineup. And honestly, I don't think Fnatic Onic lost out a lot. Even though they did pick up a few heroes that we don't always see, they do have a lot of heroes that work well with the players that have them. And looks like, we're loading into this with a pretty stacked lineup for both, I would say. What do you think?
Who do you like more?
Honestly, I really like Omega's lineup. It has a great mix of vitality. I love it. I'm just going to keep using that. They have a lot of vitality, they have a lot of attack, and they've got a lot of grit. But at the same time, again, I don't think anyone went out on top here. Let's go over the casters.
Welcome to Mobile Legends.
Oh, game number 1. Smart Omega versus the undefeated Kings so far coming into week number 3. Fnatic Onic Philippines. And I've seen you, Leo. You're already celebrating. Care to explain why?
If y'all know, you know. I have a romance with Bane! Wukir gets her on first blood. What happened? Oh, he did pull the Purify, but there was just way too much damage. Just pure damage output from Fnatic Onic to start.
A lot of CC coming in from Super Prince and Brusco, and that's the poke you don't want, but Brusco expended his flicker there. Andorio anticipated this, but very aggressive plays coming in from Fnatic! Oh, King Kong with one Lycan pounce to bring one member again, Andorio.
And he gets another. Really not much in terms of mobility, not yet here early on for Smart Omega. And now Fnatic Onic Philippines up by about 2,000. One more time in mid! What's going on?
Talk about first blood kills. For me, all those 4 kills are first blood kills because of how fast they were executed.
In the span of about 20 seconds, Smart Omega conceded not just the first blood on Ukir, they gave up 3 more across the map and then back on Ukir.
Imagine we were just catching our breath right after a kill. They already got another one. Imagine how Omega feels with the pressure Fnatic is putting onto them. Again, you would expect that they could actually play this aggressive. They have the Ruby Gold lane, so they don't have to take care or care about Keller in his own lane. And apart from that, the pokes coming in from the mid trio is just too much for them to handle, despite Andoryu having this Bane. And looking back, Andoryu, this is the second time actually Andoryu used this. The first one was when he was up against Blacklist as they get the turtle there. I thought it was just a deny pick against MP the King, but this time they're showing that they really know how to use this Bane.
Bane is a very specific kind of hero that you got to be prepared to use. And here I got to tell you now, not a good spot to be in if you're a damage-centric, relatively immobile hero, just like Bane. Deadly catch thrown out. Not going to be enough to secure the orange buff here. King Kong gets the steal.
So, as a Bane user, when would you say that Andoryu can actually reach his power spike? It's going to be on the mid game or the late game, or is it supposed to be early game?
No. At this point, he's going to have to wait till about the 8-9 minute mark when he's got like 2 solid items. That's it. And that's only if Smart Omega can protect themselves. Because Bane's power spike only really starts if you have a solid front line and you either overtake the opponents in damage or you just push out of your mind. Like that's one of the main reasons why Bane is strong in certain lineups is because when a Bane has its eyes on objectives, I'm talking turrets, turtles, lords, it's very hard to counter.
Automatic, he catches any objective that glazes his eyes. And again, looking back, Fnatic Onyx has been winning their games very fast, 13 minutes, 14 minutes in. And for Omega, they prefer the late game. So if you're saying that the 9-minute spark coming in from Andoryu will ensue during the 9-minute mark, maybe it's okay for Omega.
Just maybe, and that is if, again, caveats, they protect themselves. Yeah. Looking at Ryota and Jome as well, the side laners for Smart Omega, this is going to be tough. Look at this, Jome! He knows there's 2, 3, maybe 4 all around them. Now he knows for sure. They're looking for the sandwich play. Big J, how you gonna get out of this? I'm offended. Going through with the dash, we have destruction, and he gets taken out. Serving one up to Brusco. Kirk here, going 2v1 across the map. It's coast to coast, Fnatic Onyx in control.
You would expect Fnatic Onyx to make a cross-map play onto the bottom lane, but Kirk standing his own. He's really going up against 2 members, unbothered, still cutting the lanes of the XP lane. So 4.1k gold lead for Fnatic. They were able to get the first turtle, setting their eyes now for the second one. Not a great start for Omega.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, they're really I'm sugarcoating things at this point.
I mean, you gotta be real with the barangay, man. At this point, it's looking dire. It is desperate.
Okay, I just saw
5 minutes in?
I just saw Andoryu pick up Sky Piercer. For you, is that good at this point, knowing that you're 0-1-0?
No, I wouldn't say. But again, I think what he's looking for is a spike at 8 and then go from there. Maybe he wants to power farm heroes, but at this point, only Omega knows what Omega's thinking. Because Fnatic Onyx, 5k ahead, approaching 6, 1 more turtle to go. I think it's best for Fnatic Onyx to just, for Smart Omega to accept the fact that Fnatic Onyx will just walk away with everything.
Like
so they just protect themselves.
Yeah, like what they say in the Filipino desk, tiis pogi, or wait for your turn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa! Call handsome patience. They catch one. Brusco with the answer. Implosion. He gets popped by Ryota. I'm offended. Onto this Phobius. Wow. There's another realm. Protect him. The deadly catch the answer back. Not enough chunkiness on Ryota. He ain't thick. Not that thick. One more on Kirk. Ukir gets the kill. Chaknu gonna fall here. King Kong goes a-hunting. And he's eating good.
Finally, Omega has an answer. A lot of credit coming in from Ukir with a clutch Nether Realm to buy time as much as possible.
King Kong gets another. How about some crabs for dinner? Oh no, Joe! Big J gets frozen down. He couldn't let it go. I don't know what he was thinking, man. Again, he's a marksman. He does have the DHS, but in the face of an Aurora, this wasn't going to fly.
You know, I don't know what Omega, Fnatic Onyx thinking. I also don't know what you're thinking. Why'd you let it go?
You don't have to know. Ukir pops the Purify. Walks away. All right, so signs of life from Omega. They're still showing Fnatic on it, you can't walk away with everything. That we will fight back when we're up against the corner.
Chakno?
Oh, here we go. Spear Destruction in. Jome catches the angle. Kelra in trouble. Frigid Breath spent up already. There's a Sacred Hammer looking for an implosion. Can they find it? Down goes Brusco. Kirk pops the Vengeance. Can he walk away? Infernal Pursuit looking for a dash. I dare you to press it. NetherRealm wrapping up. And there is an I'm offended. There's a jump. Looking for the pop. Ryota goes down. King Kong eats him up. One more target. Jome down to a fifth of his health. Super Prince standing guard. Asserts dominance, checks the bush, let's go.
8.1k gold lead for Fnatic after a 1-for-1 exchange. And after all that action, it's just the third turtle. Props to Brusco though. When Shaknu casted that conceal, he's not afraid to cast the implosion just to delay the momentum of Omega. Bought enough time for King Kong coming in from the bottom lane as he take down the bottom lane turret to go in with the Lycan Pounce. Kill onto Ryota. So right now, everything's falling into place for Fnatic. This is why they're undefeated. They're unfazed. Even if you're going up against Smart Omega, you know that this team has a lot in their bag. Again, they've used Hanzo, a lot of different kinds of heroes. But even up against a Bane that you'd expect they had to have a hard time dealing with, up until this point, it's not bothering Fnatic Onic.
Not at all. Fnatic Onic Philippines. Oh. Going for the steal here.
Whoa.
Catches Jome. Collateral damage. They just wanted the orange. You had to give the gold.
Wow. I mean, at this point, if you're Omega, it's like you have, what do you call that? You can't go outside your house. Quarantine. The barangay is quarantined right now.
They're trapped in, man. They're trapped in. This is Attack on Titan Season 1 where all three walls are still up. This is dire. 10,000, 11,000 now, popping these holy shields up top. Fnatic Onic, they're applying the oomph.
The oomph.
Unmatched aggression.
Unmatched. Uma?
No, it's
Okay. Unmatched aggression for Fnatic. Right now, 30 seconds before the Lord spawns here. And this is what the panel was saying a while ago, that when it comes to the 9-minute mark of any game, it's always Fnatic Onyx game. Apart from the map control that they've established, statistics-wise, their gold lead is unmatched, is unparalleled. And looking at the gold lead right now, as we approach the 9-minute mark, 10.8k. A while ago, it was 11k.
I think they're just slowing down. They're respecting the possibility that maybe, just maybe, Ukir gets a couple items. Andoryu would like to check what he's got so far. Ryota building himself some warrior boots. Because again, right now, King Kong, Kirk, and even Kelra, I would assume Kelra is getting there.
All the case.
Deals a lot of damage. Super Friends 3, 0, and 4, forget about it. Omega can't even come in. Now this Lord right here is going to have to be free. Smart Omega can only hope to even try to contest. Now, looking at the defense, looking at the base, wave clear, I'd give Smart Omega out of 5, maybe a 3.
3.
Because they have the Fire Mist, they have the Bane, and that's about it.
Maybe the Chaktu, maybe the Edith with the Primal Wrath or Shatter. But
that means you'd have to spend your kit.
Yes,
you want to use that to punish.
Just to clear out the minions, Omega has to give up a lot. And looking at the items,
Sky Piercer War Axe, DHS Corrosion. This is bad, man. 10 minutes in,
yeah.
Jome doesn't even have his Trinity
even
yet.
a kill.
Yeah, he's medium J.
So it's at this point, I think it's small J.
Hey, all right.
The caps lock is broken. No capital J, no big J for Omega as Lord approaches here in the middle lane.
Coming in with an implosion. The answer back, the deadly catch. NetherRealm already spent up. Brusco with the conceal away.
King Kong.
Mortality pop. Ukir's down. Double kill for King Kong. Ukir respawns. The defense of a lifetime. Smart Omega holding through. Bottom lane inhibitors down. I'm offended by Kelra. Big J taken down. His former teammate. Now sworn enemy. Down goes Ryota as well. 3 for 1, the current trades. It's a bare base for the barangay.
But Fnatic Onic will still display discipline here. They know that the comeback potential of Omega is still there. They're gonna wait to regroup. They're gonna wait for Brusco. But wait, I think they're just waiting for the minions instead.
It's possible, man.
Possible to end.
It's possible.
2 seconds before Jome gets in.
Ryota coming through. Fnatic Onyx ever so disciplined. Hey, they have unmatched aggression, able to apply so much pressure. That's what the ump was all about.
The ump.
In case you're wondering, and the thousands at home as well.
Matched.
Aggression and pressure.
Aggression and oh, I like
Silent
that.
A.
Silent.
It's French.
Silent A.
11 and a half minutes in. I think Fnatic Onyx Philippines have to win after this Lord. If after this Lord, Smart Omega still standing, great chance that maybe Omega kicks in a Omega timers.
Yeah. Again, 18-minute mark. You know it's Omega's game. Who could forget what happened during Aurora versus Smart Omega? The amazing 2,000 IQ play from the high-loss Chaknu, wherein he diverted the attentions of the minions just to give Big J some time to clear and eventually do a one-way push, a comeback win up against Aurora. So Fnatic Onyx, they know that the capabilities of Omega are there. They're just gonna wait first for the second Lord. Honestly, they have no reason to risk a push right now without the Lord with the lead that they established.
20 seconds, waiting that long, or looking for a flicker hard play off of Brusco.
Or even Kellera.
Rather not. Or Kellera, sure, but battle spell cooldown will dictate that they wait for the Lord, as they should. But this should open up a window for maybe Omega to build their Trinities, build their first 3 core items.
Yeah.
And with that, this is an enhanced Lord spawning in the upper quarter, and Smart Omega is cleaning house. Like, this is a lot of golden XP, like, in perspective, right?
Yeah, and at this point, as the game progresses, the Ukir's ultimate, the Netherrealm, gets more important. It becomes more important, more crucial. And since Fnatic Onyx doesn't have the Valentina, Omega can eventually out-sustain the burst potential of Fnatic Onyx, even if they're the ones who first set up with the clash.
And I can imagine that, the sweet, sweet amount of gold that Smart Omega will score, hoping that maybe it's on Jom, on Andoryu. Hell, even if it's on Ukir, that would mean a lot for the barangay.
Super.
So that should snap this gold lead, possibly in half, maybe a third. Lord spawns in mid. Let's see the defense.
But in 13 minutes and 30 seconds, Fnatic still leads, holds a 14.6k gold lead. Lord marching in the middle lane. It's going to take a lot of defense coming in from the barangay to extend this game, but Brusco with a conceal.
Looking for the flank. Chaknu goes in, gets hit with Yam, offended, taken down just as quickly, and that's it. The base has been overloaded with damage as the Super Fam takes game 1.
Super Family looking to have a family bonding time later. That's why they made quick work over the barangay. Phenomenal, flawless, and